All right, it's currently 8:42 a.m. I'm on my way to the office, and you'll notice that I'm not listening to any music, and that's not just because I'm recording. I actually don't really listen to music in the car very often. And one of the reasons for that is similar to the way that people have shower thoughts, where they'll be just in the shower and they'll have profound thoughts or ideas just while they're thinking to themselves. I have the same thing when I'm driving. I like to call them car thoughts. And a lot of my best ideas will come while I'm driving. So the idea to make this video actually came while I was driving to work one day. And I think it's beneficial. It's been beneficial for me to have time to think while I'm in the car. And it kind of helps me keep my thoughts straight. And like I mentioned, a lot of times I have awesome ideas while I'm in the car. Another benefit is if I'm in the car with my wife, then we don't have the music on usually, and we will use that time to talk with each other and build our relationship. Now, if we've been at home together all day, then it's maybe not as necessary. And so sometimes, if that's been the case, we'll get in the car and my wife will say, "Hey, I'm going to watch my show over here." And I'll say, "All right, great." And then I'll kind of go into my own thoughts. But if we've been out and about somewhere, like let's say we've been with one of our families, or we've been at some kind of event or something like that, then it can be very beneficial after we leave and we're driving home to talk about what happened. Whether it was good or bad, whatever it might be, then it's just good to talk together and make sure we're on the same page about everything. And I think that that's been very beneficial for my wife and I's relationship. Another thing, it's kind of funny. So I feel like the younger generation probably struggles with this a little more than my generation, but my generation definitely still struggles with it. And it's a constant need to be stimulated or consuming 24/7. Anytime we have a spare moment, then we're pulling out our phone and going on TikTok or other social media, maybe refreshing your email, stuff like that. And we can't go more than a few seconds just doing nothing and being with our own thoughts. In fact, there's memes out there about what happens when people are with their own thoughts. And so I think people tend to avoid that. So if we're in the car and we have one of our siblings with us, one of our younger siblings, then a lot of times, they get in the car, there's the usual small talk, catching up, seeing how they're doing. And then once the conversation kind of dies down, then it'll go quiet for a minute. And my natural instinct and routine is I'll just go off into my thoughts like I normally do. And we'll be sitting there driving. The younger sibling is sitting there awkwardly in the back seat for a few minutes. And then eventually this voice will pipe up and be like, "Hey, can we turn some music on?" And we'll do it. It's not like we're going to be like, "Oh, this is our thinking time. You should think too." No, it's not that deep. Like, if someone else wants to listen to music, we're not going to hold that back from them. But it's just interesting how the younger generation, and my generation too, let's be honest, we can't go more than a few minutes without doing something. So, now that's not to say that I never listen to music or that I never listen to music in the car, because I do. And oftentimes, if I am in the car and I want to listen to something that's not music, Then maybe I'll listen to a talk or an audiobook or a podcast. So then that way I'm still making the most of my driving time by educating myself and learning something, but I won't listen to something the whole time. So, for example, my morning commute is about 25 minutes. So, a lot of times I'll listen to a talk that lasts about 15 minutes for the first half of my commute. And then the second half of my commute, then I will turn my phone off and just think. I'll think about what I just listened to, or I will think about what I'm about to do at work that day. What are the projects that I'm working on? What do I need to get done? And doing that can help me be prepared for the upcoming day of work and stay on top of things, as opposed to just numbing myself with music on the whole drive to work. And then I have to use the first 30 minutes at work to get on top of things, get back on the same page as everyone. And that's 30 minutes of productivity that I've lost. So, now, this is not to say that this is something that everybody should do. Not everyone needs to turn off music when they're in the car. I found that it's beneficial for me, but that may not be the case for you. You may disagree with what I do. So don't feel like this is what everyone needs to do. If you listen to this video and you disagree, then you don't have to do it. It's just something that helps me. But also, if you listen to it and it appeals to you, then by all means, try it out. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble this morning. Let me know what you thought about this kind of video. Do you want me to make more of them like this? It's kind of different, where I'm not really sitting at my desk like I normally am. I'm on the go. So let me know what you think. Do you want me to make more videos like this? And I'll see you guys in the next video.